So I used to be a pretty hardcore procrastinator, and for those of you who don't know what procrastinating is, well, I'm pretty sure all of you know what procrastinating is, but basically it's when you have something to do but you just keep putting it off. So if you have to finish your homework but you just keep putting it off, or any other task for that matter. I used to be really bad at that, and half the reason was because I find it really hard to make myself feel compelled to do something that I don't want to do. I have a very resistant mindset, and if there's something I don't want to do, I will do everything in my power to avoid it. But obviously there are things in life that we have to do sometimes, no matter what path we take, and no matter how much control we have over our lives, we are going to be forced to work hard and make decisions. So for those of you that are procrastinators or chronic procrastinators, here are some tips for you. First of all, you can stop procrastinating by waking up early. I'm gonna talk about waking up early and how to do that, especially if you find it difficult, in my next video. So stay tuned and hit that subscribe button. But if you wanna learn how to stop procrastinating, try waking up early. I mean, when you wake up early and you're like, hey, I'm awake, I'm energized, and there's so many things to do today, why don't I start now? It's gonna help you and stop you from procrastinating, and it's gonna set you up for victory and success, instead of just sitting around and never getting to what you have to get around to. Another thing that's going to help you not procrastinate anymore is by writing things down. When you keep a to-do list of things that you need to do, it feels good to check them off. Even give yourself rewards sometimes. Example, if I finish this task, I finish my homework, or I finish that report that my boss really needs, or I finish that marketing proposal, I'm going to reward myself with a really juicy burger, or I'm going to reward myself by going out and having a drink with my friends, or I'm going to reward myself by getting a brand new computer. Or it doesn't have to be that crazy, because if you keep doing crazy stuff, you need crazy incentives, then it's going to be hard to facilitate it for a long period of time. But try to give yourself many rewards when you do things. Another way to stop procrastinating, and I'm not just going to list off tips, all of my videos where I give you advice, I'll give you a bunch of tips, and you may have heard these in other videos. Then I'll give you something that's different, and this is the different part of this video. My number one rule to stop procrastinating is a little bit different than the way other people describe it. I think of it as a wall, okay? Think of procrastinating as a wall. This is where you are doing nothing, and on the other side of the wall is productivity. Now, if you break through this wall, you will reach productivity. How do you break through the wall? With brute strength and just being stubborn as hell. If there's something you don't want to do it anyway. It's going to be really hard to start, but use all the force in your body, all the strength to do it, and get started. Because the key to never procrastinating again is momentum. It's a snowball effect. Once you start doing something, you'll do all the other tasks. The second you sit down for a break, or to take a breather, or to sleep, or to nap, is when you will procrastinate the worst. Once you get started, you only get more and more and more productive. So what I recommend you do, instead of taking breaks all throughout your day, I recommend you work and you push and you hustle for as long as you expect to hustle for. So if you want to accomplish a lot of things, or if you have schoolwork, find out how much hours you must, not how much you want to, but how much you must allocate to doing it. And then do it for 15 hours straight. Do it for 12 hours straight. I understand you have classes, you have work, but still, that's still going to become a part of how long you need to be productive for. Add that to how much time you need. So let's say 12 hours, 15 hours, 10 hours, maybe you only need 5 hours. But work from the beginning to the end. Do not disrupt the momentum, because the second you disrupt the momentum is when your procrastination is going to kick in, and your productivity is going to go flying out the window. So the number rule to never procrastinating again is momentum. Be aggressive, be relentless, and keep that momentum going. You can keep it going by having that book or that to-do list, so you're never sitting around and thinking, what should I do next? Should I do this first, or should I do that first? I mean, that is half of the battle. When you have no idea what you're supposed to start first or how the hell you're supposed to do it, you get a block, you get brain fog, and you need to eliminate that. You need to have a clear and concise schedule, and you need to attack it with aggression, with force, and keep that momentum going. Once that momentum is going, it will not be stopped. It's like a drug. I mean, once you're working and working and working and you're pushing as hard as you can, you get this feeling inside of you, and not everyone gets it. But people who are really striving for something at the end of the day, people who have a goal and a dream and a desire, they will do that. They will work as hard as they can. They won't let procrastination sit in. So if you're wanting to stop procrastination, give that a shot and let me know how it goes. It hasn't failed me, but every time I decide to have a break or I decide to cut that momentum, it stops and procrastination happens. So cut it, cut the bullshit, and go ahead and see what happens.